Mine is a clip-on. This cost me $85, but it's a clip-on.
Sure.
Thanks.
You've been a part of a lot of Hall of Fames. You've seen a lot of Hall of Fame classes. Where do you rank the people that are going into this year's class, and where do you think this one stacks up to its previous ones?
Well, down the red carpet is the consensus greatest women's mixed martial arts athlete of all time, Amanda Nunes, so I guess we could start there. But the Vitor Belfort induction is particularly special to not just me, but a lot of fans. When I was cutting my teeth as a UFC commentator, he was flatlining dudes across Brazil. The year of Vitor Belfort in 2013 was one of the most special years of my broadcasting career. So I think this class compares favorably to any class of the past, but particularly excited to see Vitor get this perhaps overdue distinction tonight.
And you got this international sort of reach. You got Shaq down at the end of the line. You got The Rock coming tonight to do an opening. Has it really reached? Has the UFC officially made it mainstream, or I mean, is it bigger than ever?
Well, it's bigger than ever, but I still think domestically here in the United States, there's always work to be done. You know, the Fox television contract, the ESPN deal, and now we'll see what holds. But I think the goals for a lot of us internally are to try to chase down the NFL in the United States of America. And I know that sounds ambitious, but that is the goal. Shaquille O'Neal has been a longtime UFC fan, so it's an absolute thrill to have him here tonight, and Dwayne Johnson as well. A lot of star power. They need to get a wooden box for me to stand on at the podium.
Looking ahead to tomorrow night, Topuria, Oliveira, and this has that big fight feel. Do you get like some McGregor vibes from Topuria with the way he's going into this fight?
I do, James, and you and I have spoken about just the way Ilia Topuria not just resonates with this fan base, but the way his fellow fighters talk about him in these revering terms is really telling for me. It's not just telling that he got the red corner, which is how I crafted my pay-per-view open for this card, but when you hear Corey Sandhagen matter-of-factly say, yeah, he's going to knock out Charles, and Kenny Flory and all these pro fighters that I trust, that are far more the experts than me, are so bullish about this kid as the best boxer in the UFC and a guy who may go down as one of the all-time greats. So minus 500 is a surprising price, but a lot of the pro fighters believe the hype.
How big would a fight be with Paddy Pimblett and Topuria? Topuria is successful. That seems like the next big fight they could make outside of any other fight in that division.
Yeah, I mean, I think an Ilia Topuria Paddy Pimblett fight is absolutely enormous. Sometimes it's hard to quantify just how big a star Topuria is in the U.S. versus his global reach, but there is no doubt that he is going to be the A side in almost any equation. And Paddy Pimblett, I don't have to tell you, moves a tremendous number of needles. So, yeah, I mean, I think that fight has a realistic possibility. But as we sit here, International Fight Week 2025, and you look back at all the fights that have headlined these 13 International Fight Weeks, it takes special big-name athletes to get this distinction. And, Charles is carrying the mail, too.
You mentioned the UFC catching up to the NFL. Obviously, the UFC is going for it's excellent production. I agree with Dana saying people walk into a live show and they never say, oh, I never want to come out.
Right.
So what else do you think the UFC can do? What else do you think maybe they can take from the NFL to improve it, or just do things to close that gap and maybe surpass?
So I certainly think that if somehow there were a world in which we weren't serving 1 million masters and we could shave the schedule down from, say, 40 live events to 30 and add that depth to the fight cards, I think that would be something that would be of value. I do think we ask a lot of our fans for 7-8 hours a night, 41 Saturday nights a year. So I think making the live event a little bit more ingestible. But they didn't become the combat sports leader by taking advice from me, so I think they're doing just okay. But I just think that time, the NFL has been around a long time, and we started in 1993,
We live in an era with so many trash talkers. I want to know with Ilia Topuria up there, could have Paddy if he wins. Who do you believe is the best trash talker in the game?
Paddy Pimblett's a master orator, right? And not unlike Conor McGregor, nothing that Paddy says is scripted. And I think that's a big part of it for me, right? I love Chael Sonnen. He's one of the best orators I've ever been around, but some of his material was scripted. Ilia Topuria, Paddy Pimblett, they just shoot straight from the hip. But right now, if you're asking me, the best trash talker in mixed martial arts today is Paddy Pimblett. And I think the Scouser accent is part of the equation, I gotta go. Love you. Thanks.